AI is supposed to be neutral. But what if I told you it might be the most dangerous form of racism yet? Today, we are breaking down how AI really works, where bias slips in, and why it matters for non-white communities. This is not science fiction. It is happening right now in jobs, schools, and healthcare. By the end of this video, you will see why we must expose the truth about AI and racism. What is AI really?
Artificial intelligence is not magic. It is not some superbrain. At the core, it is numbers and rules. AI works through data and algorithms. Data is the information. It could come from history books, medical records, job applications, housing reports, even posts on the internet. An algorithm is a set of instructions that tells the system how to use that data. Together they form patterns and make predictions. Think of it like cooking. The recipe is the algorithm, and the ingredients are the data. If the recipe is solid, but the ingredients are spoiled, then the food will still taste bad. The same is true with AI. If the data is poisoned by racism, the results will be poisoned too. AI cannot think for itself. It does not ask questions about fairness or justice. It does not care about human values. It only does one thing well: learning patterns from the data it is given and repeating them at a massive scale. This is why AI is so powerful and so dangerous at the same time.
Where does AI bias come from?
Bias in AI comes from the data, and the data comes from us. Every record, every report, every decision made in history gets stored as information. That information becomes the fuel for AI. But history itself is full of racism. So when AI learns from that history, it learns the racism too. For example, when I typed Negro into Language Tool AI, the system told me to replace the word with African American. And I have to be honest, seeing an AI system tell me to replace Negro with African American was painful. That moment stayed with me and pushed me to start the series, Racism Rewired, where we go deep. For decades, Black families were denied loans because of redlining. Those records still exist. If AI is trained on them, it will assume Black neighborhoods are risky and unworthy of investment. Now look at jobs. For years, employers rejected people with so-called Black-sounding names. That bias is in the job data. If AI studies it, the system will recommend hiring fewer Black candidates.
What about the justice system?
Arrest records, court rulings, and prison sentences reflect discrimination that goes back generations. Feed that into AI, and it will predict that Black people are more likely to offend. Even when the facts are the same, AI does not know it is copying racism. It cannot see the injustice in the data. To the machine, it is all just numbers. But those numbers carry history, and that history is soaked in bias. This is how racism seeps into technology, not through a hateful machine, but through a machine that copies a hateful world.
Should we care about AI bias?
AI bias is not a theory. It is happening right now, shaping real lives in ways many people never see. In 2019, the journal Science released a study that pulled the cover off bias in healthcare AI. Exposing bias in a healthcare algorithm used for over 200 million Americans. The system was designed to identify patients who needed extra care. But instead of looking at medical need, it measured past healthcare spending. Since less money is usually spent on Black patients, due to systemic inequality, the system wrongly assumed they were healthier. The results were harsh. At the same level of illness, only 18% of Black patients were flagged for extra care, compared to 46% of white patients. This meant millions of sick Black patients risked being overlooked. In the courts, judges in several states turned to a system called COMPAS, used to predict who might commit crimes again. A 2016 investigation by ProPublica revealed that Black defendants were almost twice as likely as white defendants to be labeled high risk even when they did not commit another offense. Meanwhile, white defendants were marked safer, even when they commit crimes over and over again. These scores influenced bail, sentencing, and parole decisions. Later studies found that COMPAS sometimes reduced the number of people in jail overall. But the way it judged people was uneven. Black defendants were more likely to be labeled high risk and punished more harshly, while white defendants often got the benefit of the doubt. Bias is built into the way the system defines fairness, meaning injustice can be repeated in silence. Another danger comes from facial recognition systems. MIT researchers found that it misidentified Black women more than 1 out of every 3 times, while it almost never misidentified white men. Police in the United States and the United Kingdom have already used this technology to make arrests. That means innocent Black people have been accused and even jailed based on a flawed computer system. These are not accidents. They are the direct result of bias buried in the data. AI bias matters because it multiplies racism quietly. It does not shout slurs or pass a racist law. It simply repeats discrimination at a speed and a scale human alone could never reach.
What does AI mean for us today?
AI is not a tool of tomorrow. It is already here, shaping decisions that affect millions of people every day. Hospitals use AI to decide which patients need more care. Banks use it to judge who qualifies for loans. Schools use it to rank students. Employers use it to screen job applications. Police departments use it to predict crimes and identify suspects.
This means AI bias is not locked in a lab or trapped in a study. It's built into the systems that guide our daily lives, while quietly repeating the same racism that has shaped societies for centuries. And once that bias is coded into AI, it spreads quickly, faster than any human being could spread it. If AI can save lives and destroy them, don't you want to know how? Watch the next video. AI, the good, the bad, and the dangerous. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. That's a wrap, history seekers. Getting to the roots is where history comes alive. We uncover the truth about Africa, African Americans, and American history, one story at a time. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.